All right, guys.
Hey, Coach.
Did you guys ever catch any part of that?
Kickoff, you know.
All right.
The kickoffs
And third string.
Well, good. That was the most important part. We saved that for you guys. All right. Well, thanks for being here. That was a some good live work, but some obviously some things that we need to keep working on and improve. But overall, really happy with the group. Really excited about being able to play in front of some fans and some family members. And so I think it was a good showing. We just got to go get on the film and find ways to get better and make sure that we're at our best by the time we hit 2 weeks from now.
We didn't see Keaton on the field here during media observation.
Yeah, he's fine. He was there at the beginning and just feeling a little bit under the weather. Other than that, he's good.
At safety, what's kind of the plan right now without Micah this year?
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys that can play. I mean, that group was already deep from the beginning, but you're going to see a bunch of those guys that probably we'll see if they can separate themselves between now and then. I mean, really, there's not a lot of time left. Jay Hill probably tell you a little bit more about who he's comfortable with, but there's a lot of talent there. I think there's 4 or 5 guys that can definitely replace him. It's just a matter of who's going to earn the 1 and 2 spots.
You said you wanted to have the depth chart pretty much set by today. Are you there?
We're close. I mean, obviously, with a few hiccups and with Micah, and we have to place on some guys and change some things and move guys up. But overall, I think we're in a really good spot right now, and we're definitely a deep team. So it's just a matter of scouting Sam Houston State and seeing what we can get done with our 1s and our 2s and our travel squad.
What's going to be the defensive approach as far as substitution pattern? Jay said it's going to be different than you've done, the platooning. But how are you looking at that as far as what you want to see to get guys on the field and make sure they're at their best?
Yeah, we have our subgroups, but it's a 1 in, 1 out, and we want our best guys on the field, and there's only so many reps you can do with scout team, and so you need your 1s and 2s to basically get those looks, and a lot of the stuff that the 2s get are going to have to be from watching film, but the 1s need all the looks they can get, and they need all the work in terms of getting in the best shape they can. That comes with making sure that they see all the looks in practice.
Kalani, how many of the veteran or projected starters were held out today from the live work?
There's a good amount, but I mean, we had. I think if there are veterans and guys that have been around going into their senior year, some of them even juniors, we felt comfortable from what we saw last week in their tackling, and we also did some live stuff during the week. So I can't tell you the amount, how many there were, but there were some. So it's basically you can probably guess on who the veterans were that weren't live, and then the rest of the guys we went live with.
Did Keaton go live today, and if so, how did he?
No, Keaton did not go live today, and he did well. I mean, he did really good in the 3 drives that he was in, and put points on the board. The first one wasn't so, but everything else looked pretty good from what we saw.
How comfortable are you with the defense after all the changes that Jay Hill's made? With two weeks out, how comfortable are you with it?
Yeah, we still have some work to do. I mean, obviously, I know we're trying to get a lot of the base stuff, and we have some new guys there, a new scheme. But the things that we're asking for, the effort, the intensity, the physical part, they're trying their best to do that. Now it's just make sure and execute their assignments, and then using the proper technique. And so you can go a long way with guys that are willing to be physical and willing to run hard. So that's a good start.
Was there a highlight today?
Kicking was really good. So I don't know exactly, but I think Will was 100%, so that's a good sign for us.
A-Rod said recently that he feels like the offense is upgraded at every position. What's your take on that?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I can tell you that there's more talent to choose from, so maybe we're deeper, but that's until you put it on game, nobody believes it. So I think we're giving you guys the perspective from us as coaches, seeing them every day. But against each other, I see a lot of really good talented players now. Whether we can mesh that together and make sure that we are cohesive as a unit on offense and on defense, and including special teams, we have yet to see, and that's going to be in 2 weeks. But for the 2 live scrimmages that we did, I feel really good about where we're at.
When do you turn the focus to Sam Houston prep?
Probably put an end to the camp officially on Tuesday night. We have a Tuesday night practice, and then kind of get our focus on Sam Houston. We didn't want to do it too much. It becomes stale after a while. These guys have been watching Sam Houston stuff all summer anyways, so I want to make sure that we get closer, put an end to camp officially, and get that rolling. So we'll do all that stuff on our river rafting and all the the tubing the river, let these guys do that, and that now get focused on basically in-season stuff.
Not bringing out the water slides like back in your day?
No, those things require the coach to participate, and that means running and sliding. I don't want to do that. I can sit in a tube and just let the current take me down. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're good.
I had to do the range. I didn't know really what to do. It was a pop-up. So we did the Royal Army brand pop-up, and then we did it. So we did it in collaboration with Express Tech. They're in Room. So we were kind of driving business to them. Did you make any specialty requests?
I did not. No, I had it in my mind. I didn't have to.
You were going to go golf?
Well, no. I got to go over to now.
That's good.
I was going to do both of these.
Yeah.
What? I admittedly was not. I hope they go till after 4. I got a commitment.
Carson's up there. Lundell. Javier Marcus from Utah was on the lead, and then he was in Las Vegas Raiders.
AJ Bonfachon, we do this, and then one other guy on offense. It's Bonfachon. And then Tuesday when we do that Zoom, we'll have the coordinators do Tuesday. So that'll kind of be like our camp wrap up Tuesday.
So AJ and then you say 2 offensive.
Just the one offensive guy.
Stand right up next to this. Here's Isaac Rex.
What's up, guys?
There's, how many Isaacs do we have?
How would you describe the scrimmage today? We only saw the last of it.
It was good. A lot of guys flying around, making plays. A lot of new faces on the team, so it's good to get another scrimmage under our belt to get that cohesiveness as a group. So I feel like everyone played really well, and they played hard.
What was the highlight for the offense?
I'll speak for the tight ends. We had a great kind of shuffle pass to Mason Fakahu on the goal line, and then Tava made a great play going up to get one in the back of the end zone. And I mean, we did a goal line situation. I feel like we scored every time, so that's huge. Whenever you could get touchdowns in the goal line or in the red zone, that's a huge advantage for us. So I feel like the offense played really well today.
How much healthier do you feel this year, and how do you feel right now?
I feel a lot healthier, especially at this point. Last year I was really struggling day to day, and right now I barely feel any pain in my ankle, and I've been playing well and moving around. So I got to attribute a lot of thanks to my doctors and physical trainers that really helped me out. But it's a long time coming, but I feel good.
So go ahead, Joe.
I was just going to ask about not having Mason Wake on the team and what that means. I mean, you played with him for a long time, so.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. We came in together. Mason's my boy. I've been friends with him since the day he walked in the room, and we'll continue to be boys forever. So I love Mason. I wish him the best of luck, and his body, couldn't take it anymore. A lot of hits is not a great thing for a guy that size, and But Mason was a great player, one of the smartest players that ever came to through BYU, and he really played hard when he was out there. So I love Mason, and I just wish him the best of luck.
You guys all get hit and get beat up, and you've had to go through your own. Does that go through your mind sometimes? It's like, hey, how much can my body take? Could that be me? I just wonder, is that something you guys think about, or you try not to think about that?
You try not to put too much emphasis on it. I believe that your body, it reacts to what you think about and what you expand on. So if you believe, hey, I'm healthy, I'm feeling good, then your body will react that way. So for me personally, I try not to focus too much on the health aspect, but if your body can't take it, and then you'll have to call it quits.
So last week, Ben Bywater kind of said the offense he admitted they had the upper hand. Who had the upper hand today, would you say, offense or defense?
I would say it was very equal. I mean, we had a lot of different situations that were thrown at us. I know for our first drive, we went 3 and out, and then the next drive we scored, and it was kind of back and forth. I feel like the defenses, they're throwing a lot of stuff at us that we haven't seen before, and they look great. And they had a couple turnovers today, a couple interceptions. So I feel like it was a fairly equal day for both sides of the ball.
Who else is standing out to you in that tight end room that's behind you and trying to replace guys like Mason, who's now retired?
Well, we'll start off with Tava, experienced guy, played at SUU, has a lot of games under his belt. He's a great blocker. He can catch the ball too, and he knows the offense from SUU because there's similar offense coordinators there, and so he came in and just played right away. There was no learning curve for him. Ray is he's a meathead. He goes and hits people, and that's his job on the team, is just to go and crack some heads, and he does a great job of it. We have to get him up to speed with the playbook a little, but he can really hit, and he's super athletic. Tony and Ethan, they're obviously great route running tight ends, and Tony's been really stepping up, I feel like, and same with Ethan. And even Bentley Redden, he's a new face, long, lengthy guy. He'll be really good in the future. And then Mason, and there's a lot of guys that are stepping up and doing great.
What's the offense's readiness level, and if you had a game tomorrow, would you guys be able to hit the ground running?
I feel like we definitely need these last 2 weeks to get ready, especially I feel like game planning is a whole different deal for Sam Houston, but they're returning a lot of guys, and so I feel like we're ready, maybe as a physical standpoint, but we still have to get there mentally a little bit more.
Cohesion along the offensive line. I mean, you're in line with them. How do you feel that that's coming along from your perspective?
Great. A lot of different rotating pieces. I feel like we're switching off with Connor and Paul at center, so I feel like we'll narrow it down soon, and then we'll have those 5 guys. But they all have a ton of games under their belt also. I mean, Paul and Caleb and Connor and obviously Kingsley, those guys have all played a ton of games. Even Waylon and other guys that have transferred in, Ian, they've played a ton of games, and so they know what they're doing, and they've been in game situations before.
In these scrimmages, who else have you been impressed by making plays on the offensive side of the ball?
It's been cool to see Keelan and Darius. We've had some injuries at the wide receiver group. Aiden Robbins has been great. LJ Martin looks great as coming in as a true freshman. And JoJo Phillips, I think he's going to be a total stud in the future. He's going to be really, really good. Super athletic kid, and he runs great routes. So we have a very bright future of these young guys that are coming in.
Last couple questions.
As a player, when you make that shift from the end of fall camp, Klein said you probably wrap up Tuesday to game prep, what changes?
I feel like it's less physical and more mental. A lot more game film on a different opponent. You'll have a look squad that will give you different looks that they're going to do. And you're not so much bashing heads. It's those first 2 weeks are really critical to show what you could do, and then after that, you got to lock in mentally. So the mental game's a lot more important, especially when you're preparing for a team, than the physical part. So.
You're the seasoned vet. Light at the end of the tunnel's there, bro. It went by, I imagine, pretty fast. What's your message to the young bucks when you have that perspective?
Yeah, it definitely goes by fast. I mean, I feel like I just got here sometimes, even though I've played like maybe 40 games. I feel like I still get nervous sometimes before games. That that butterflies inside your stomach. But yeah, just don't take it for granted, because there's a lot of times where it can end pretty quickly. So you just gotta make the most of your opportunity and have fun with it.
What do you got to do to? Oh, sorry, I got to.
Thanks, Isaac.
I'll do my one-on-one with you right now, baby. I was about to go. I was gonna have to throw his dad under the bus. Like, do you have a better resume than Byron Rex right now?
He's the same for everybody,
Okay,
so
gotcha.
everybody knows to get it right.
Come up closer, even.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
It's the benefit
That's
of
good.
being print. I just have to spell it right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What's the best? Sorry, I was just going to ask the best pronunciation.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
I
worst
got you.
pronunciation you've ever heard?
The worst? There's been a lot. There's been a lot. I don't know the worst, but how you say it, it's honestly easier than it looks. It's just Vongpachan. Yeah, Vongpachan. Nothing too crazy. At first it looks kind of intimidating, but it's just pretty smooth, yeah.
You feel better about the way the defense played this scrimmage as opposed to last one?
Yeah, I think we definitely made improvements, especially from previous week. There's still some things that we need to clean up, including myself, just communicating as a whole and making sure we're on the same page.
How do you feel like the defense is coming together as you've kind of settled in and found your role?
Yeah, I think we're coming together really well. I mean, everyone's just trying to get better every day, and obviously it's been a long 3 weeks and just grinding. But our offense makes us really good. They're a really good offense, so I think we're just coming together really well and just trying to get better.
Any highlight moments out there today that stood out as far as from your perspective?
Kind of just when the guys make plays. Obviously Ben had the interception. That was awesome. Kind of get us off the field. Anytime we can get off the field, it's a good down for us. So.
We only saw the last 15 minutes. So did Ben Bywater have a pick?
Yeah, he had it kind of early in the scrimmage. It's kind of so it was good. Get us off the field. And,
was that the only turnover you guys forced?
I want to say so. I could be wrong though. Yeah.
Only went out of the linebacker room, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you kind of hope is sort of the calling card of this defense? I mean, it's the first year under Jay Hill and everything. It's your first year, so that's probably maybe a little bit unfair. But what do you kind of want to be known for on this defense?
Yeah, we just want to be, a good, sound defense. At the end of the day, obviously I'm new here and just trying to find my role and do my job. But I think all the guys have bought in, and I think we're going to be really good.
Did coming in with Coach Enna help you kind of get acclimated a little bit? Because I know you knew him a little bit at Utah State.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me. I mean, obviously it's a familiar face, and kind of going through recruiting, I kind of just fell back on that and kind of a familiar face, and he helped me out a ton.
How's the defense rallying without Micah now on the back end of it?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Honestly, you lose a playmaker like that, but the guys have stepped up. The guys that need to step up, and we're just trying to be as best as we can without them.
How have you enjoyed your BYU experience thus far before the season starts?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Obviously, it's a little different than Cache Valley, but I've enjoyed it, and the guys are awesome, so I had a great time.
AJ, have you been playing?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. What's been the biggest difference between Provo and Cache Valley from your vantage point?
Obviously, the cities are a lot different. Just a lot more places to eat, a lot more things to do, and so I guess you're not as bored if you need to do something. So I guess from that standpoint.
Have you been playing Sam, Mike, Will, cross training, or is there a predominant position you've been playing in that linebacking core?
Yeah, I've kind of just been cross training all over and just trying to learn all of them. I think it obviously helps me learn all the positions. When other guys in there, I can help them if they need help. So that's kind of how I approach the game. I'm not really good at just learning one. I need to learn all of them to kind of get a whole picture.
Do you think there's a particular position you'll be playing game one, though?
I don't know specifically. I kind of just leave that up to the coaches and then just do my job.
Who's impressed you in that linebacker room?
There's been a ton of guys, honestly. I mean, obviously Ben's a stud, and even Max Tooley, the older guys, but kind of the younger guys. Glasker's been a dude. Seen his progression from week to week and day by day. Him and then a ton of the younger guys, especially the guys who just came in, just learning and just getting better.
Are you ready to get camp over with and just get onto the games already?
Yeah, I'm excited and ready to go. Obviously, you're going head to head against your offense every day. It's the same guys over and over, but it's been good. It's gotten us better, but I'm ready to get into the season for sure.
What changes when you hit that? Kalani said you'll end fall camp on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
As a player for you, what changes as you shift from that fall camp mentality to that game prep mentality?
Yeah, the biggest thing would be obviously opponent scouting. Obviously, we've done a little bit of it, but not to the extent that we need to going into game one. So it would just be that transition, and obviously camp is getting the defense down and getting our fundamentals down. But as we make this transition, it's going to be more opponent based.
how would you describe Justin N as a coach, and what are some of like the mantras and mottos that he instills in the linebacker room?
Yeah, he's a really intense coach, and he's gonna expect the highest out of you. That's kind of one of the things that brought me here. Is I knew what to expect from him. He's gonna push me harder than I can push myself at the end of the day, and so he pushes everyone. And regardless of freshman to senior or whatever you've done on the field, he's going to treat you the same and hold you to the same standard. So I would just say, just pushing you to the best you can be.
As far as today, how did your performance, when you're going to go back and watch tape, how did you feel you performed today?
Yeah, I think I progressed since last week for sure in terms of just assignment and communication, but there's definitely a lot to fix and just clean up. And obviously technique-wise, and then just fundamentals.
Collectively, as the defense is concerned, what percentage is would you say is like being executed? Right. I mean, you guys are going against a great offense every day. Yeah. It's hard to execute versus a really good offense every day. Like, where are you guys at? What grade are you giving the defense right now?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Obviously, I didn't really see everyone's performance. I kind of just based it off myself and kind of the weeks past. But I think we're close, just not there yet in terms of just communicating. Obviously, that offense, they have so much going on, with the trades and motions and whatnot. But, I think it's going to prepare us for obviously the worst, and coming into the season. And so when we get those in the season, we'll be prepared.
Who's causing problems for you on that offense? Who you have to face,
There's
specifically offensive line and kind of coming on those tight end slots?
Yeah, there's a ton of guys. It's hard to kind of single one out. Obviously, the entire O-line are studs. They're a really athletic group. You got dudes in the tight end room. You got Isaac Rex, obviously, and then obviously the receiver room's super deep. They're kind of constantly rotating and having fresh bodies in there. And honestly, I could say on position wide on the offense, they're super deep, just constantly rotating, and the guys do a great job over there.
How big of a focus has it been to bring all these new faces, including yourself, together, where you guys are a unified group and kind of feel like a big family that Kalani talks about?
Yeah, I mean that's obviously something new for me, right? Coming into a new place, and I didn't really know what to expect, but this place has done a really good job of just meshing together. The guys, it feels like I've been playing with the guys for forever. Kind of how they treat us and kind of the new guys and helping us acclimate to the culture here.
Any significance to number 10?
Not really. So I actually started off as 98 back at Utah State. Coach Anna gave me that number. I was an edge.
Like for like a humbling type
I don't know what it was. I just showed up.
What's up with that?
I just showed up.
Play D
yeah, exactly. I just showed up. Saw 98 on my locker. I said, let's roll. And then so I did that for 2, and then ended up getting number 10. So and it just stuck with it. So it's kind of the story.
That's good. Is your family going to be coming out to all the games this year?
Yeah, mostly the home games. They'll make the drive down. So they drive down from Washington and be at the home games for sure.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, AJ.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks for fielding all my questions.
Of course, yes, sir.
Hey,
appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I didn't ask you.
Appreciate you.
The tat.
Oh, yeah. What's it, this one or this one?
Both.
Yeah, so this one's just a Buddha, and I kind of just represents my family.